At 47 weeks, many poultry farmers expect their layers to be dropping in production. But here at our farm, our birds are laying and still producing around 90%. So what exactly are we doing differently? Hello everyone, welcome back to Farm with Brian. Today I want to share with you why my 47-week layers are still maintaining around 90% egg production and the important management practices that have helped us get here. So we are going to go from point 1 to point 6. Our very strongest and the most important point is good feeding. At this stage of production, you cannot afford to compromise on feed quality. Our birds receive a properly formulated layer ration feed with good nutrients they need for egg production and maintenance. Remember, producing an egg every day requires a lot of good nutrients. And if you give your birds poor quality feeds or fail to provide enough feeds, production will eventually suffer. So you need to provide good feeding and should be highly nutritious for you to achieve the best output and production. Our point number 2 is consistent feed intake. This is very important in layer production. It is not just enough to have good feed. The birds must actually consume enough of it. Here we make sure that the birds have proper access to feed and clean drinking water. Water especially is more important because an egg contains a significant amount of water. If water intake drops, your egg production can also drop very fast. Then one more important factor is lighting. When you're dealing in layers, you will have to consider so many things for you to achieve this maximum production, and you cannot really leave lighting out. Layers need a consistent lighting program to maintain their productive activity. At 47 weeks, we don't just keep changing the lighting schedule randomly. We don't wake up and start saying, fine, today we are going to turn on our lights at this particular time, and then we are going to turn it off also at this particular time. No, we don't do that. There should be a program. There should be a planned lighting program. Consistency is key. If you are going to turn off your lights at 9 p.m., let it be 9 p.m. If you'll be turning on at 5 a.m., let it be 5 a.m. It should be consistent. This is what the birds, these layers, this is what they love, this is what they like. Then another important factor, another important point is health management. This is the first reason. You cannot expect sick birds to maintain high production. Here we monitor our flock regularly for signs of diseases, stress, reduced feed intake, and also abnormal droppings. When you see them having some abnormal droppings, you have to be concerned. Some respiratory problems, you have to get concerned and treat immediately. It's not only about treating, it's about prevention. How do you prevent? You need to put in place strong biosecurity. Biosecurity, these are things you put in place or you don't put in place to prevent introduction of diseases in your farm. For example, using gumboots all over around the farm, disinfecting your farm, let me say every 2 weeks, stopping visitors and strangers from entering your farm. It is very important. You should not allow anyone to just enter your farm. So you need to manage the area of diseases properly, and you need to prevent introduction of diseases in your farm at all cost. Then one more important factor is also stress management. You should know that overcrowding, sudden changes in feed, poor ventilation, excess heat, and also unnecessary handling and lack of water can affect production. In our farm, our goal is to keep the birds as comfortable and stress-free as possible. Your birds should be very comfortable. They should sleep well. They should eat well. You should avoid noise, unnecessary kelele, and also sudden change of weather. All these are things that affect the production, and if you can clearly manage them and if you can properly manage them, trust me, everything will be all right and you're going to produce even at above 90%. Then our point number 5 is good flock management. How are you going to manage your flock? How are you going to keep your record? How are you going to identify the sick birds? How are you going to identify the weak ones? Good flock management. I believe good daily management makes a big difference. It should be daily, shouldn't be once in a while, but should be daily. You don't have to just look at the number of eggs collected. Okay? At our farm, we monitor good feed consumption, we monitor water intake, we monitor mortality, we monitor eggs production, and the general condition of the flock. One day I'll come up with a video of how best you can keep your records, the different schedules we are using to keep our records. By the way, we are using Excel to keep our daily records. I'm going to come up with it, and you will learn more on record keeping. And also to remind you, if you're new here and it is still your first time on this channel, try to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that each and every time when we upload, you are notified. You come and learn. We learn and unlearn together. Yes, let us go back to flock management. A proper management should not start when the birds are already laying. Proper management shouldn't start when you are expecting your birds to start laying. Should start before even introducing the chicks to your farm. You need to put up a good structure. You need to put everything for brooding in place. You need to organize yourself, train your workers what they are to do and what they are not to do. You need to keep everything up to date. And it starts from preparation up to receiving the first egg. And it has to continue, because for us, I think we're even going to keep our birds for 100 weeks. It extremely well. They're doing so well to the extent that I'm now planning to start on building the new chicken house. Our birds are not laying at 90% in the 47th week by mistake. It doesn't happen by luck. It is all hard work. It is a result of good nutrition, adequate water, proper lighting, good health management, reduced stress, and consistent daily management. And if you are a layers farmer, don't just ask, how old are my birds? No, ask yourself, what am I doing every day to keep my production high? Are you trying to only cut cost and not aiming at maximizing your production? Are you trying to get to 90 production percentage or 95 production percentage but not doing the right things? And if you found this video useful, please hit that subscribe button, click on that notification bell so that each and every time that we upload a video, you will get notified. And for more practical poultry farming and things you would like to learn, or you would like to add on what I have put here, run to the comment section, ask anything. And if you have another farmer, you can also share this video to that farmer. And if you are an active farmer, don't forget to tell me how old your layers are and what percentage of production are they giving you. Do that in the comment section. Thank you. Until we meet again, bye bye.